How's it going, y'all? Back with a new damn video. Let's get right down to it. So, as you guys know, we did cut Alshon Jackson, but I want to give him credit for coming back here. Not much, I'll say this: 2019 was such a big tease, man. That first game back with him coming back here versus the Redskins, Week 1. Well, now the Washington football team. Sorry if I offended anybody, but whatever. I said, man, oh my God. I was like watching it, the 250-yard bombs from Wentz to Deshaun. I'm like, this is the speed that Wentz never had. This is a guy who can open up the whole offense. All offseason we were talking about, we're all hyped about it because we said, listen, we don't need him to catch 1,000 yards a season. We don't need him to get 1,000 yards a season. We don't need him to catch 80 balls. We just need him to be a decoy. Go out there with the speed, do your little da-da-da. Go deep. It's going to open everything else up, and we're going to look great. And it was a tease. Week 1, as you guys saw, he balled in 2019, Week 1. 250-yard bombs, like I said. And then after that, he got hurt. And then this year, same thing, kind of returns, but he's hurt, and this, that. So he said he still wants to play. I think he's just retired. He's 34 now. Still has the top flight speed. Still one of the fastest players in the league. But his injuries just caught up with him, and that's just me. Unless it was our medical staff. Because now it's going to prove to us if it's our medical staff or not. Because now that he's gone, let's see. Also, we cut Alshon Jeffery. And, you know what? Thank you, Alshon. Really, thank you for the Super Bowl. You played a big part in that year. You really did. You caught some big-time catches in the Super Bowl. You caught that touchdown. Huge-time catch in that Super Bowl, and the whole season long, helping Wentz with that MVP type season, and was just great for the team. I remember as soon as you signed, it was funny. Well, before you signed, you were still with the Bears. He was still with the Bears, and he said, he didn't say the Bears' name, but he said, next year, I'm going to win the Super Bowl, or we are going to win the Super Bowl. And then he became a free agent, signed with the Eagles. And I'll never forget this. He's coming out of the airport. Everyone says, what made you sign here? He goes, Carson Wentz made me sign here. And they said, what you think? He goes, future MVP. This dude predicted 2 things in 1 year. Wentz was about to be MVP that year if he didn't get hurt. And he said, we are going to win a Super Bowl. Didn't say the Eagles. He just said we. He didn't say the Bears or the Eagles or any other team. He said we, or I think he said I'm going to win a Super Bowl. And what happened? He won a bowl. His first year as a free agent, came to Philly, won a Super Bowl. Wentz was going to win MVP if he didn't get hurt. But, you know what, shout out to him, respect him for that, and all the other production. 2018, getting us to where we needed to be and keeping us kind of on top. Always loved his game going back to when he was with the Bears. I was so happy when we signed him. I was like ecstatic through the roof, but it needed to happen. Change needed to come. He's been hurt now for the past 2 years, up and down. There's been rumors that he was the snitch, he was this and that in the locker room, which I don't believe, but I do believe, but I don't, but whatever. I wish him the best of luck too, but I think he might be on a little bit on his way out also. But I think definitely Deshaun should hang it up. If he does continue to play, respect to him. Do your thing, man, but I don't see it. But this is something that needed to happen. We thought it was going to happen last season. Hell, some of us were talking about in 2018, I think it was a little bit. But going into that offseason, maybe we move on from him. And in 2019, definitely going to move on from him. We never did. Then I thought this year, 2020, or last season, 2020, before the season started, he's going to be moved. Never got moved. Now it's finally, he's going to be released, as it's saying. I think a lot of more releases are going to come. A lot of more people are going to get cut. A lot of more trades are going to be done. As we know, it's reported that Zach Ertz is either going to get traded, but he said he wants to be, some people are saying he's going to be asked to be released so he can go where he wants to go. It'd be hilarious if he goes to the Colts. I don't know why that they have Jack Doyle and couple other good tight ends, but still, that would be really funny. But yeah, those guys. But there's talks of maybe the Eagles should trade Darius Slay, or do this or do that. And I look at it this way: yeah, we're in a rebuilding mode. Some people say retooling. This ain't retooling. This is rebuilding, because we have all this young talent. And the coaches we have are super young. A guy like Nick Sirianni, our new head coach, is 39 years old. He hires our offensive coordinator who just came from the Colts. Just came from the Chargers. He's 36 years old. Defensive corner, I think is like 35, 36, 37, around there, but he's really young too. He brings in freaking, what's his name? I think he's 29 or something like that. Some, was a special teams coach or special teams assistant, or what do you call it? Quality control coach or whatever the hell it is. He brings in a quarterback coach that was the offensive coordinator for Florida Gators last year, is now our quarterback coach. He's 30-something, like real young guys, just real young. I see them saying, all right, Eagles are going, listen, we're rebuilding with all this whole young coaching staff. We're all just going to rebuild a nucleus of young coaches and just go through it all and rebuild with young players. But you still need veteran presence. Now, to me, I look at it and say this. Listen, if you trade a guy like Darius Slay, I'm going to be upset by it. I am. I'm still a little 50-50 with the Wentz thing. I understand, all right, it had to happen. You know what I mean? But we had to eat the dead money. You had to do this, had to do that. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it had to happen. I get it. All right, whatever. But Darius Slay, to me, if you trade him, a guy who is we finally have an elite corner for the first time in, like, forever. I mean, maybe 2000, what? Back when we had freaking Asante Samuel. That was, what, like 2009, 2010? Like, a long time. Not even then. I'll go back to, what, like, Troy Vincent, Shelton Brown, and those boys, like, it's a long time. We finally got one. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, we're in rebuild now, Mo. We're not going to win, so it doesn't matter, this and that. I understand that, but I still don't want to every Sunday just watch the games for fun, which I'm going to, because I'm not believing in we're going to contend for anything. I don't believe we're contending for the NFC East. I don't think we're contending for playoffs, nothing at all. I think we're just going to watch the games and lose, and it's going to be terrible. And hopefully I'm completely wrong. Hopefully they actually have a plan. We're going to do it, but it doesn't seem that way. They have no cap space. Looks like they're looking more forward to 2022, and I don't feel like waiting a whole nother this offseason, this whole season just a waste, then go next season. You can't do that. You can't be watching it, but that's what it seems like they're doing. But still, Darius Slay to me has to stay. I understand by the time we compete, he's going to be near the end of his career or whatever. But there's talks of Fletcher Cox or Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett's a guy where you look at him, he's 24, right? 24. Josh Sweat, I think, is 22 or 23. I take Josh Sweat over Derek Barnett. I do. But for me personally, oh, man, Josh Sweat, yeah, I take him because I see the small sample size of, oh, man, when he's in the rotation and he's not really like, he comes in off the bench and he balls out and has, 6 sacks this year, not even playing all the complete snaps. I say, man, imagine if he played all the snaps. But it almost brings me back to a Vinny Curry type thing. If y'all remember, Vinny Curry was the same way back in the old regime, back in like 2015, 2014. We're like, man, if he gets full-time snaps, then they finally gave him a deal. They made him start. He really wasn't all that. So, but Derek Barnett, you hear great things from guys like, Chris Long and people, foreign players like, yo, man, he's the best when it comes to his moves, his, moving around and stuff, getting past tackles or guards. Those are two guys that I would be like, you know what, 24 and 23, I would try to re-sign both. But it is big money you give him Derek Barnett for just to be a 6-something sack guy. But we look at Brandon Graham. Look how long it took to him now to finally develop into what he is. And look what he's doing. He finally had his double-digit sack season, finally made the Pro Bowl, should have made it a couple years ago. But still. But the only difference is Derek Barnett is banged up a lot. All I got to say is this. Derek Barnett, I wouldn't mind trading him. Darius Slay, I really wouldn't. And the Fletcher Cox, I really wouldn't. Because that right there sends a sign to the fans right away to me. If you trade a guy like Fletcher Cox, who I think should retire an Eagle, I think Ertz should too. Many other guys. I heard trades of trading Jason Kelsey. What the hell are we going to do that for? Let him retire or continue to play here, one or the other? No way we trade him. It says, we take a $4 million cap hit, but you save $5 million, so... What? I don't know. Some stupid stuff like that. I got to look at more of the cap. But if you trade guys like that, you're automatically telling the fan base, yeah, we're just going to lose out. Like, we're just losing. Like, you're admitting, yeah, we're just going to lose. Yeah, we're trying to build a nucleus of young talent, young team, but still have guys in their prime who are beasts. It's like, all right, yeah, we're just going to lose out. And I doubt they do that because that sends a message to the fan base that say this year they can have some fans in stands. Fans ain't going to pay this top tier money for these tickets since it might be limited in stands. It's not going to be full capacity. They're not going to pay that top tier money to go see the team play like shit. or even tune in to watch it, or even buy merchandise. Now, I will because I'm a diehard. But some other fans will be like, F that. They're going to be sucking. Why am I even going to, invest my hard-earned money in it? I know Lori thinks like that. Listen, money-wise, especially this year after the COVID, losing so much money because of ticket sales. You couldn't really have people in stands. But all I got to say is that sends a message to the fan base that, yo, we are straight up just rebuild. Get rid of everyone who has even proven record. Anyone like, that's why Cox just got to keep him. I don't care about trading them. But there's a lot of people talking about who's a surprise trade. So you know what? I'll end it with this. Who do you think the surprise trade or release will be this offseason? If it is a complete rebuild, who will the surprise trade or release be? You let me know, comment below, or follow me on Twitter. Let me know on Twitter. You know the whole deal. Like this video, subscribe, and comment below on your thoughts. Hit the bell, the whole jaunt. Peace. I'm out, yo.